Namaste. Shri Krishna Sodari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Padmadala Lochini Devi Namaste. Bhakta Paripalini Devi Namaste. Parvatavartini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Karuna Vilasini Devi Namaste. Katyayani Gauri Devi Namaste. Kadamba Vanavasini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Shakti Parameshwari Devi Namaste. Shambhunvana Mohini Devi Namaste. Shankari Kripakari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Annapurneshwari Devi Namaste. Akhilandeshwari Devi Namaste. Satya Swarupini Devi Abhaya Pradayini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Satya Swarupini Devi Namaste. Sadguru Rupini Devi Namaste. Dharma Swarupini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Akhanda Paripurani Devi Namaste. Adi Parashakti Devi Namaste. Akhila Paripalini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Anatha Rakshaki Devi Namaste. Saubhagyadayini Devi Namaste. Santana Palprade Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Pahi Bhuvaneshwari Devi Namaste. Shri Vidya Rupini Devi Namaste. Shakti Swarupini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. All right, we are all very lucky people who gets this chance to sit down and, hear Bhagavad Gita, speak on Bhagavad Gita. First the glories of Sri Krishna, then the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna combined together. Then Ma becomes so happy. She's like, okay, now you glorified them, now you glorify me. Who gets this fortune? We are so lucky. We are so lucky. We are so blessed. When they say Kadamba Vanavasini Devi Namaste, immediately my mind goes to Kadamba Vana. Kadamba Vana is in Vrindavan. Kadamba trees, they have some flowers, okay. So those flowers, they will, Krishna would wear it on his ears. And even Sri Lalita Ma, when we describe her beauty, she wears Kadamba flowers. And then Kadamba has some fruits also. So those fruits are round. And you can actually make earrings from them and you can wear. So Kadamba Vanavasini Devi Namaste. Rajarajeshwari Devi Namaste. So these are the grounds of Radha, Krishna, Lalita, Shiva, Shankari, Manamohini Devi Namaste. Both of them are there in the same Kadamba Van. Devotees here will fight, our Tripura Sundari, our Krishna. But they are in the same Kadamba Van. Big Kadamba forests are there. One place Radha Krishna is enjoying with their Sakhis, another place Shambhu Mohini is enjoying with Shambhu, Shankari Kripakari is enjoying in the same Kadamba Van. And they also meet together. And then when the Rasa is happening, when the party time happens, she says, okay, I also want to join the party now. And Lalita Sakhi over there, she says, no, you can't join, you're a male. This is only for women and Shri Krishna only. And then Shambhu says, what do I do now? What do I do? I want to get into the party too. Shambhu goes to Lalita Tripura Sundari. Devi, Sati, Parvati, whatever different name you call her, Shankari, Kameshwari, so many names she has. And Shambhu says, I want to go. Can you do something? You made Arjun go become a Sakhi. I'm your husband. Can't you do something? She says, okay, go to Lalita Sakhi. She will help you. And Shambhu becomes Gopeshwar Mahadev, Gopi Vesh, and he gets into the Ras. So all this thing happens near Yamuna. Everything is very well connected, Yamuna, Ganga, Kadambavan, Kadalivan, Amravan. So many things happen in that world, beautiful world over there. All right, let's come back to our world. And we are the most lucky people. We are going to hear about Dattatreya Bhagwan. I'm telling you, what fortune we have. What fortune we have to listen about the stories of the glories of Lord Dattatreya. And who has spoken it? Sri Krishna himself. We are hearing from Uddhav Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. And Krishna is describing about Bhagwan Dattatreya. Yesterday we learned Bhagwan was leaving and Uddhav comes and Uddhav is very sad. And Uddhav has expressed his feeling that Bhagwan, I cannot be without you even for a second. Yogis are meditating for years and years to get a glimpse of you. And here, we are so fortunate. We can hear about you. We can talk about you. And just by hearing your glorious pastimes, you are always in our heart. You never leave our heart. Oh, Krishna, if you leave, what will I do? Please take me to your abode. I don't want to live here. But Bhagwan tells him, no, you will have to live here. And Bhagwan gives him the knowledge on how to live. And in that talks, he's now going to talk about Avdhut Dattatreya. Bhagwan says, Punso yuktasya nanartho brahmasa gunadosha bhaka karma karma vikarmeti gunadosha dhiyo vidha. I'm reading from those, I'm just letting you know, I'm reading from Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, ISKCON book. This is the one, okay? And there is the same thing in Hindi also is there. Why am I saying this? Because when you fill the forms for the initiation, these questions are going to come. So you should know the basic. The whole purpose is you should know. Okay, from where we are reading, which books we are referring. When you leave my school, you should be a person with knowledge. Just don't live with mantras. I don't want that. You should know. Okay, all right. So he's Sai is asking, tell me about Uddhav. Uddhav is of course, he's a friend, but he's more than that. He's a cousin. Krishna's brother, Krishna's father's elder brother, his son is Uddhav. Got it. All right. Ritu is asking, ma'am, did Krishna happen in your life when you became Nishkam? No. I was always Sakam. And Krishna happened because Maa Lalita wanted me to know him. He just happened. And I'll tell you more than that. It was Gita. More than that, it was Gita. Teachings of Gita. Satsang is very, very important. Satsang is very, very important. The more you listen, you get a goal of your life, It's a lot of things. My Guru's teachings, my Guru, when he gave me the goal in the first lecture of Gita, I can never forget that. That has become, I always repeat that. Whole life is a preparation, death is an examination. That's it. That one statement made everything for me. My life was, the goal was clear. That I cannot die without thinking of him. I cannot die without thinking of him. And to think of him means your consciousness has to be revolving around him all the time. How will that consciousness be revolving around him? That consciousness revolves around him only when you think about, when you talk about him, you know about him. Getting it? So right now, you start analyzing, you start thinking. I had a long journey. Yeah, we are talking about the Dattatreya Bhagwan. Anyway, since you asked it. So there are many ways to approach him, to be with him. But the main thing that the goal is the consciousness, that God consciousness. Before leaving the body, you have to remember God and live. And when will I leave the body? Who knows? Anytime. So it became very urgent, very important for me. And as I told you, my guru told, go and do some seva in ICUs. And I went and I did some voluntary work, and I saw how people are dying. And I don't want to die like that. Even if, my consciousness, even if I die, it has to die in God consciousness. And even if I have to come with God consciousness. So that became the role. And then when we learned the Gita, we understood the continuity of life. We are just changing bodies and coming. And so many experiences in life, meeting gurus, meeting saints, the standards which Bhagwan Shri Krishna has put in Gita, seeing saints, living a life like that, known saints, unknown saints. Being in the company of saints really helped. It opened up more. And yes, I will say Maa Lalita's kripa is always there. She has always been very kind on me, because I wanted to experience true love. If you ask me the desires, sakamata. From all little sakamatas, the highest sakamata was, I want to experience true love of God. The way Ramakrishna experienced it, the way Yogananda experienced it. That love, I really wanted to experience. Day and night, I would only cry for that. Everything else was immaterial. Everything else God was giving. It is coming by its own accord. Everybody's working hard to get the same thing which I am getting by doing anything. I learned it from Dattatreya Bhagwan. 2 times food God will provide. Ajgar kare na chakri, panchi kare na kam, das maluka keh gaye sabke dataram. Bhagwan will provide. When I came to America, I'm telling you, very first month, there were people around me, we were sitting in a place, and they are like, all these ladies, they're trying to scare me. First month in America, and they're like, oh, in India, it's okay. You can leave your job and live. But, in America, you have to do job. 2 people earning is important. How will you survive? College fees, you don't know how much this is. Mortgage, you don't know how much that is. And they literally, and you don't know the problems in the school here. They went on. I heard it. First month in America. Oh, after they all went, I went and sat down with my Lalita Sasnam in front of my Maa Devi. And I said, Ma, have you sent me here for this? Really? Will I forget you? For me, it was a blessing in disguise coming in America on dependent visa. I wanted to dedicate my life to God. There is nothing else. It was a blessing. I was sitting in New York. It is all snow everywhere outside. I really felt I couldn't even go out of my house to walk also. It is so cold all the time. New York is like full of snow. 9 months of snow I've seen. And it only felt like I'm sitting in the Himalayas. My husband used to go for job. My daughter used to go to school. 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock. It's my time with God. No disturbance. I felt like I'm in the cave, in the Himalayan cave, and I kept doing all the mantras, all the chanting, whatever I had to do. That was the best time of my life. Reading. No disturbance. Absolutely. And I told Ma, really, you want to take this away from me? Really? You send me back to India. I don't want to be here. I do not want to be here if I have to sacrifice my time with you. I have full faith in you. You will give me everything. I'm not worried about what will happen in future. Now in my middle ages, my children, my first daughter completed her college. My son is in a very, very good college in New York. I live in California. Now at middle age, I can tell you very confidently, I lived a life purely devoted to Lord, purely devoted to Maa and Bhagwan Krishna took care of me fully. Sakamata started with Sakamata, but the whole Sakamata was only one thing. It ended up me and God. There's nothing else I desired, nothing else. I only wanted to know their love. I only wanted to know them. I wanted to feel them all the time with me. The things that are written in books, it should not be just words for me. I never spent time memorizing. I cannot memorize even till date. But they have to become living experience. I told in the class today, Shrut Pragya, Chintan Pragya, Bhavana Pragya. Shrut Pragya means you learned it all in the books. Chintan Pragya means you're thinking about it and applying it. Bhavana Pragya means you experienced it. That is my whole goal. That was my whole goal. Gita I used to read. When you ask me when Krishna happened in your life, I'm telling you, chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. Because the whole day I'm telling, I want to experience love of God. I want to experience love of God. What is love of God? What is love of God? And when you read chapter 12 of Gita, every shloka from 13 to 20th, he only says, my devotee should be like this. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Every time I learned that line, such a devotee is very dear to me. Such a devotee is very dear to me. That was only goal. I want to be his dearmost devotee. That was only goal. And what all he wants me to do, I will do everything. Shloka number 13 to shloka number 20. Whatever situations in life came, whatever people came, they were benchmarks for me. And I'm thankful to every situation, every person, every criticism, every praise. I'm very, very thankful. Krishna came in all these ways to prepare me for his love. In the end, last shloka, when you read the book, he says, the person who gives this knowledge is very dearmost to me. I'm like, okay. I'm never confident. I was never confident I can speak on Gita. I cannot. But my God wants it. My beloved wants it. Okay, I'll teach to whomever I know. Come learn from me. That is how it is. Somebody called me for a public speaking. I am not a public person. I'm not a public person. I can't. I cannot speak the way the others speak. They're very prepared. They know everything. I am just, Bhagwan will make it do. So they called me, one of my students, one of my friends. She was my friend and my student both. So they were learning Gita from me and they were learning from other places also. And then she thought, okay, this is such a nice Gita. I want you to come and explain this. Nobody explains it like this. I'm like, okay, I'll come. So she had one speaker in her house who was from a big organization. He was going to speak for an hour. And after that, she said, I'll give you 20 minutes after the class is over. I'm like, okay. Just for her request, I went. I saw all the people over there and I actually prepared some points because people, I was little, I feel like, okay, these are all people who know the Gita. They have by hearted so much. I just know it. I'm not by hearted. I'm not prepared. I'm not a professional speaker, but yeah, I'll go, I'll just speak 20 minutes and I made my own notes. Okay, this is what I am going to speak. And when I was called to speak, looking at all the audience, and after hearing that person's speech, I was like, what am I going to speak? And I had made my notes, I kept the notes there. I opened my Gita and I forgot everything. I'm looking at my notes. I don't know what to speak from the notes even. Then I remembered God. And I tell you, I was like literally shivering. My leg were shivering and my hands sweating. And then I remembered my Guru, remembered Baba Ji, and remembered Shri Krishna. Took a deep breath, and then I started talking. Whatever I spoke in that zone. After the class was over, the 20-minute class went to 30 minutes. After the class was over, and there was prasadam time, and all the crowd, they just started gathering around me. And everybody is saying, you just answered my question. This was in my heart. I had been thinking, and every person is different, okay? I have not met them. This is the first time I'm seeing them. And they are telling, you have answered everything to me. So many of them contacted me later and I'm like, no, I don't take classes. If you want, you can just come at my home. But, I don't take any professional classes. I came home. I was very thankful to God. Bhagwan, ijjat rakh liya apne. Thank you, God, you made me do something. And in that, when I was overwhelmed, I was alone, I was sitting and praying and I opened my book, Bhagavad Gita. And then the prayer that comes, my favorite prayer, 15.15. So many prayers in Gita. Oh my God, all of them are so beautiful. All of them. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattah smritir jnanapohanam cha Vedaischa sarve aham veda vedyo Vedanta krid ved videva chaham. My eyes were in tears because Krishna said, in all hearts, I am the one sitting. So everybody who said, you spoke what we wanted to hear, it was not me who spoke, it was Krishna in their hearts who was speaking to them. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. I am living in everybody's heart. And I forgot the speech, right? Matta smritir gyan apohanam cha. Krishna said, from me, there is remembrance. And from me, there is forgetfulness. If I forgot, he's sitting in my heart too. He made me forget. Whatever I could remember, he made me remember. He made me talk. Vedaischa sarvair aham veda vedyo. I am complete knowledge. Ved means knowledge. And whatever knowledge people have gotten through my lectures, even till date, I'm telling you, I have not met one single person of you. None of you are here. I speak something, you write me back. This is what is applying here. He is the knowledge. He is the knowledge giver. He is Bhagavad Gita. When he says, Vedascha sarver aham veda vedyo. Through all this, Gita is the essence of all Vedas. And he says, I am Ved. And through these Vedas, what is to be known? I am to be known. Shri Krishna has to be known. And I am the compiler of Vedanta. Vedanta means end of all Vedas. Final conclusion. He says, I am that. And I am the one who knows all Vedas. I am the all-knowing. So he is the one who does. Hanumanji says, Karta karyita cha saha. He is the doer. Then he is the one who is doing it. All the work did. We are nobody. So you asked me how it happened. I'm telling you, it happened because my gurus, Maa Lalita, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, they are doing it. We are just nimitta matrena bhav sachinaha. We are just his instrument. And we are like Arjun, we saying, Karishye tava vachanam. We will do what you like us to do. Got it? So yeah, that's how I fell in love. Sai Ma explained in one of her classes why you say that Lalita Ma devotion will lead you to Krishna only. Does she not like to keep her devotees? She likes to keep her devotees. Who said she does not like to keep her devotees? Listen to Saundarya Lahari. And in Saundarya Lahari, the playlist is there, okay, on the YouTube. Go to the eighth sloka. I have described her abode. So in her abode, her devotees are living. And understand one thing. If you are loving her only, same Khanda, what Krishna has explained, in Gita, that whichever Devi Devta you love, you will go to their planet. So if somebody is loving Maa Lalita Tripura Sundari, she is Ma. I wanted to love Bhagwan as friend. Understanding now? Motherly love is different. I am a child and she's my mother. I always looked at her as mother. So with mother, automatically you are a child and you are expecting something from her. And always my mind was trained that mother will give you bhoga and moksha. Very truthfully, I am saying this is how I got interested, which is how everybody gets interested towards her. I wanted pure love. But every time I looked at mother, my mind was conditioned to ask some bhoga. I wanted pure love of God. I wanted to experience that. It all changed into pure love. A love where you give everything. You are not asking anything anymore. You are giving it. If I have to experience that sakha love or that sakhi love, Ma is Ma. Ma cannot become sakhi, but Radharani becomes a sakhi. Are you understanding? You were a child. You were, just apply it in your world. You were a child. You grew up with your mother, your father. You love your mother and father. But with mother and father, how much? How there is some formality, right? But when you grow up and you have your friend circle, and the love that you experience in your friend circle, girlfriends or boys, doesn't matter. The love, normal love, okay, not, I'm just saying friendly love that you experience, the friendly love is very different than the love that you have towards your mother. You love your mother, father, but this friendly love is different. And in that friendly love also, if you really fall in love with someone, that love is different. The quality is different. When you marry, the love that you give to your mother or father is different than the love that you give to your husband. The love that you give to your children is different. The quality is different. It is love, but the quality is different. I wanted to experience that love which the Sakhi has it, the Gopi has it, Radharani has it. I wanted to experience the love that Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has it. I wanted to experience the love. Ashli Shiva Padaradam Pinashtumam Adarshnan Marmahatam Karotua. Mat Pran Nathas tu sa eva napara. I wanted to experience that love. I had experienced a lot of love and compassion from Maa Lalita. But to get that purity, to experience that friendly love, it's like a girl, I was in I was before marriage, I was at my mother's place. After marriage, at my husband's place. So I like my husband also very much. I like my father also very much. I go from here to my parents' place also. The love has not reduced. The quality of love has changed. And I have experienced different kind of love. When we talk about bhakti, this is what in bhakti school, Shantras, Dasiras, Sakharas, Vatsalyaras, and then Madhuriras. I wanted to experience that. And God gave that. Getting it? So the quality of love, quality of relation is very different. So those who are loving Maa Lalita, don't think that you will not be liberated. You will also be liberated. If you love Maa Lalita and you leave your body loving Maa Lalita, you go to Maa Lalita's Dham, Srinagar, and all Muktatmas live there. But there she is your mother, you are serving her as in the same bhav. There are 4 kind of mukti, 5 kind of mukti. When you read Kapilupakhyan, we talk about 5 kind of mukti. The topic has gone today anywhere else. We have to talk. But anyways, 5 kind of mukti. Sayuji mukti is the one the Advaitis talk about. But the other type of muktis is Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Sarshti. Getting it? So in that, Samipya, when it comes, when you are near to God, in what bhavana you are with God. The bhavana, that feeling, the way you served here on this planet, the same service is going to continue on the other planets. I'm talking about Muktavastha now. Muktavastha. Beyond liberation. I'm not talking about bhakti. This is a much, much higher topic. Kapilopakhyan. So if I loved Ma, but my love for Krishna is, as I told you, Sakhi Bhav. When I leave the planet, I'll definitely go to Golok Vrindavan. But does it mean that I will not come back to Srinagar? I will come back to Srinagar. I'm Muktatma. And if you love Maa Lalita and you are in Srinagar, does it mean you cannot come to Golok? You will come to Golok, but you will be Maa Lalita's sevak, Maa Lalita's attendant. I will be there. So we are all Muktatmas. But our roles are different. Our duties are different. And we are in different planets. The way on this earth itself, there is India, there is America. From America, I go to India. From India, people come here, don't they? Similarly, in the spiritual planet, there is Mother Sloka, say America. There is Krishna's Lokas, there is Vaikunt Loka, there is Rama Loka, there's millions of Lokas. Those who are worshipping Narasimha, they are not going to go to Goloka, they're going to go to Narasimha's planet. Those who are worshipping Ram, they're going to go to Ram's planet. So it's like that. Getting it? So do not think that those who are worshippers of Ma will not get mukti and she will push to Krishna. I wanted to experience Krishna. So she pushed me to Krishna. And I have seen saints who really wanted to experience the true love, this bhakti has to come. And there cannot be any bhedbhav in bhakti. When I tell you going towards Krishna, if something is coming naturally to somebody, then it is okay for them. But if there is a bhedbhav means there's a difference. Oh, I am a Lalita Bhakt, I will not worship Krishna. Then with that difference, you will not reach anywhere. I am a Krishna Bhakt, so I will not love Devi. With that difference, you will not reach anywhere. You will be sent again, because in that avastha, which you call liberated avastha, there is no duality. You see the same spiritual beings in different forms. That's all. It's all spiritual world. There's no duality. Getting it? So that's why. All right. So this is a little bit I told you. Ritu writes, you are my messenger of God. No, Ma, you are great, Ma. Thank you. We are grateful that your friend asked you to speak. Now we are benefiting. Okay, got it, Ma. Bhav is the driving force. Ma, in Brahmandapura, it is said Krishna avatar is another avatara, roop of Narayan, but at the same time, it is said Krishna is the God. How? This is another topic, Rinku. Actually, Krishna is the God. This is how it is. The secret has been hidden. When Brahma, Krishna is always in his 200 roop, always 200 form, always. That is his original form. That is how it is described in Puranas. But it has been, that again, you have to sit with gurus to understand where it is coded. So in Gopal Tapani Upanishad, it comes. When we read the Bhagavad Mahapuran, when the Shrishti starts, when the creation starts, Brahmaji is praying and then Bhagwan comes in 400 form. It is written like that. So we all think, oh, Bhagwan came in 400 form and that 400 form is Narayana, that 400 form is Vishnu. That is how we think. But there are so many things which is hidden inside Bhagavatam, which you understand only when you listen from the Guru. So then I was reading Gopal Tapani Upanishad. I took the classes on Gopal Tapani Upanishad. In Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Brahmaji again describes to Sanat Kumar, his sons, that you know what? Sanat Kumar asked, so you created this world, right? He said, no, I didn't create the world. Bhagwan, I got the powers from Narayana. But so then he asked, okay, this mantra that you are chanting, what is the form of that Bhagwan? Can you tell us? Then Brahmaji says, he's 200 form. Brahmaji is saying he is 200 form. Gopal Tapani Upanishad. There are 5 lectures on that on the channel. If you want, you can hear from the beginning. That Gopal Tapani Upanishad is for very few people, I take it, but it is there. So Brahmaji says he comes in 200 forms. In Bhagavatam, it is said he comes in 400 form. Brahmaji says here in Gopal Tapani, 200 form. Then where is it? Then that means the 200 form must be there somewhere in Bhagavatam also. I again went back to the whole thing and I found it out. Confirmed it and I found it out. So Bhagwan is in 200 form. Same thing when we read the Gita. 11th chapter. When you go to the 11th chapter, he will show his cosmic form, which most people will be, oh, wow, cosmic form. And he's showing everything, his terrible form. Everything is showing over there. And Arjun gets bewildered. He's like, please, Bhagwan, stop it. I want to see your, the other form. Bhagwan comes in 400 form. And then Arjun says, thank you, Bhagwan, but I want you to be like me. Come back to normal. I don't want your 400 form. And Bhagwan becomes in 200 form, with the leash of the 5 horses in his hand. And he's like, Arjun, got it? This is me. Arjun says, yeah. And Arjun is a little confused right now. I just saw that form. Then I see the 400 form. Then I see this guy sitting in front of me, laughing, smiling, crooked, cunning, sweetheart. Bhagwan says, Arjun, don't get confused. This form that you are seeing, the 200 form, this is the most difficult. Because here in the 200 form, you are making me your servant. You are making me your driver. The gopis there make me dance. It is not possible for anybody to do that in the 400 form. In the 400 form, you always think, when I see the 400 form, I'm like, yeah, I used to like the form. I'm not saying I used to like it. Now I think, oh my God, his hands are all full. Even to free his hand, he has to take out so many stuff. Take out the chakra, take out the gada, take out the pushpa. With his 200 form, he's free. If he wants to dance, he can dance. He can do anything with 200 form. So I like the two-handed form because the two-handed form of Krishna, when we say it is a two-handed form only. This is what Brahmaji has seen. This is what has been mentioned in Gita, in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, in other books also. Okay. So original is two-handed. Then when the Shrishti is when the creation is made, to maintain that creation, there are 400 forms. He expands himself into 4 Rupa, Pradyumna, Niruddha, and all those things. But all these things is, again, you guys are asking me at a very different time. For this, you will have to sit with me in the Bhagavatam classes. First Bhagavad Gita, then the Srimad Bhagavatam. When you understand Srimad Bhagavatam, you will understand what I'm saying. Got it? So 200 form is the main form. From there comes the 400. But that 400 form is as many Brahman, as many universes are created. That many Narayana are there. Because Narayana is needed to maintain it. So that 400 form means Narayana or Vishnu, which is expanded to maintain this world. But Krishna himself never leaves his world. He is in Goloka Vrindavan with all his Sakha, Sakhis and everybody. That is his original form. Getting it? All right. So Krishna avatar is Krishna. Bhagwan Krishna is Krishna. And that Krishna which came 5,000 years ago, he is a 200 form only. Same, the one from Goloka Vrindavan. Ma, how do I get to know my role in the service of Divine Mother? Right now you are feeling like a kid, right? So feel like a kid. How you love your physical mother. That's how you give her love. That's all. Whatever you think for like doing for your physical mother, that's how you give the love. That's it. What else do you want to do? You know, what is that's it. You just give her love. God or mother only wants love. To show love, we say all these stutis. When we say the 1000 stotra, it is a stuti. So we say the stuti and Ma is happy. We offer her food. We offer her whatever things we have, like, little. My kid was small. She went to school when 5 years old. She was in kindergarten. And that day she made some craft. And after some wall, some hanger, wall hanger kind of thing she made in the craft. And then when I went to pick her up from the school, she says, Mom, I made this for you. It was a kiddish art. But that thing, Mom, I did it for you. That remained in my heart even till date. Mom, I did it for you. So we are all small children. Whatever little effort we are doing to please her. Our logical mind may say, oh, really? Mother wants all this? But no. Just like the kid, Mom, I did it for you. Guruji said it, I did it for you. Mom only wants that. I did it for you. Got it? Maa Lalita Astottam Stotram. Later, not now. So Ma, as a sadhak, I do not know what I want right now, what bhav I am. I do not know. So I will just practice Sri Vidya. Yes. Learn from you. Also read Bhagavad Gita and chant Mahamantra and other slokas. Then one day come where I will know 100%. One day will come where you will know. Keep associating with the gurus. Keep listening to my lectures. You will know. So many of them have known. You will also know. Okay. Listen, if possible, try to attend all the lectures. Yeah, that's the only way. All right, Ma, this is really difficult to swallow. Dozens of questions shooting my head. I think I need to have patience to perceive this truth. That 200 form Sri Krishna is the God, because you have not learned the scriptures, no, Gaurav? And first time you are hearing. Till now, you had heard only about the 400 form. You have still not completed your Bhagavad Gita. As I told you, without the Guru, it is not possible. Whatever you have learned, yes, many of your things, many of your understandings will be challenged, will be conflicted. It is not being challenged, understand. Your one layer is being removed. You knew certain things, but picture abhi baki hai mere dost. The next part of the picture you didn't know. So it's like those Netflix series, one season, one thing happened, now next season is going to come, then third season is going to come. And then you go on joining the dots. Oh, now I understand the whole series. It's like that. Got it? All right. 10:45. Time already done, but we have to read about Dattatreya Bhagwan. I cannot go without that. We have committed, so we have to do it. Like for hours, we can go on talking this subject. 7-8 hours will just go like this. We don't even realize. All right. Bhagwan says, Jnana Vijnana Samyukta Atma Bhuta Sharirinam Atma Anubhava Tushtatma Nantaryaira Vihanyase. Once again, Ma, so Vishnu Bhagwan is Krishna avatar? Yes. Yes. Vishnu Bhagwan is Krishna avatar. Yes. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says, being fully endowed with conclusive knowledge of the Vedas and having realized the ultimate purpose of such knowledge in practice, you will be able to perceive the pure self, and thus your mind will be satisfied. At what time at that time, you will become dear to all living beings, headed by the Devatas, and you will never be hampered by any disturbance in life. Dosha buddhyo bhayatito nishedhan nivartate guna buddhya cha vihitam na karoti yatharvakaha. When a person is realized, self-realized, he develops some qualities. Same thing will be said in Gita also when you read the Gita. Here he's saying the same thing. He says, a person who is self-realized, how does he become? He says, he becomes like a arbhakaha, like a child. He becomes innocent. One who has transcended material good and evil acts in accordance with religious injunctions and avoids forbidden activities. So here says, dosha buddhya bhayatito nishedhana nivartate. Such a person who is self-realized, he goes beyond dosha buddhi, good and evil, and he goes beyond fear. And this person, guna buddhya cha vihitam, and this person acts spontaneously, just like an innocent child, and not because he's thinking in terms of material good and evil. So one of the qualities when you see in a self-realized person, they are very spontaneous. They cannot have mask. They cannot, whatever they do is just like a child. They do not carry things within their heart. They're very childlike. Here he goes on. Sarva bhuta sruhichanto jnana vijnana nischaya pashyan madatmakam vishvam na vipedyata vai punaha. How is a self-realized soul? He says he is a well-wisher of everybody, and pashyan madatmakam vishvam. He sees that everybody is just like him, and he sees me. Bhagwan Krishna says, a self-realized soul sees me in everyone. So in Uddhav Gita also is the same. He's saying the same thing which he has told to Arjun in the other Gita. He says, a self-realized person is a person who will see Krishna everywhere, in every soul, in everybody. And Shukadeva Goswami thus says that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, instructed Uddhava, and who was eager to receive this knowledge. Uddhav then offered his obeisances and spoke to the Lord as follows. Shree Uddhav Uvacha Yogesha Yoga Vinyasa Yogatmana Yoga Sambhava Nishayase Me Proktastyaga Sannyasa Lakshanaha. He calls Bhagwan with different names. He says Yogesh. Yogesh means knower of all yoga. Yogesh, the controller of all yoga, from whom all the yoga has come. Yoga Vinyas, who can give the knowledge of yoga. Yogatman, who is realized as Atma through yoga, and from whom all the yoga has come. He says, please tell me, what is sannyasa lakshanaha? What is the qualities of a person who is a renunciant? My dear Lord, you have given this knowledge to Brahma, to other devatas, to everyone. I am asking it from you. I want to know it directly from You people who are tormented by this material life and distress, how can they find relief? You are the knower of everything. I want to ask from you, so please tell me. Bhagwan Uvacha. He says, Bhagwan starts. Generally, those human beings who can expertly analyze the actual situation of material world are able to raise themselves beyond the inauspicious life of gross material gratifications. An intelligent person, expert in perceiving the world around him and in applying sound logic, can achieve real benefit through his own intelligence. Thus, sometimes one acts as his own instructing spiritual master. Now, here he's asking, he's showing the path of Jnana Yoga. By using your own logic, by using your own intelligence, and by analyzing everything, one can free themselves and become liberated. This is called Atma Yoga or Gyan Yoga. Somewhat similar is what Buddha preached. Actually, not somewhat similar. Here, only the difference is Bhagwan will preach Gyan Yoga, then Bhagwan will preach Bhakti Yoga also. In Buddha's case, he only preached Gyan Yoga with experience. So, that same Gyan Yoga is called Sankhya Yoga. What Buddha preached, that also is called Sankhya Yoga only. So, here Bhagwan says, in the human form of life, those who are self-controlled and expert in spiritual science of Sankhya can directly see me along with all my potencies. So he says, a Jnani, real Jnani, will see me also. Purushatve cha mam dhiraha, mam dhira. He says, in this human form of life, one can see me. How? Sankhya Yoga Visharadaha, by becoming expert in Sankhya Yoga. Now, what is the Sankhya Yoga? We have started in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2 onwards. Pinnacle of it will be chapter 6. Beyond that also, Bhagwan will go on explaining. It doesn't end there. It will end up in 18th only. Okay. So, Sankhya Yoga, will understand it more in detail over there. He says, anybody who practices that will come to know me. Here it is written, Mam. Mam, who is that Mam? Here, the one who is instructing Uddhav. There, the one who is instructing Arjuna. Same Krishna, two-handed. He says, he will know me. And he can see me along with all my potencies. In this world, there are many kinds of created bodies, some with leg, others with 2, 3, 4 more legs, and still others with no legs. But all of these, Bhagwan says, the human form is actually very dear to me. Although I am the Paramatma, I cannot be captured by ordinary sense perception, but those who are situated in this human life can use their intelligence and other faculties as perception to directly search for me, both through apparent and indirectly ascertained symptoms. In this regard, a sage's cite a historical narration concerning the conversation between the greatly powerful King Yadu and an Avadhuta. Avadhut. Avadhutam dvijam kanchit charantam makuto bhayam kavim niriksha tarunam yadu prapacha dharmavit. Maharaj Yadu once observed a certain Brahman Avadhuta who appeared to be quite young and learned, wandering about fearlessly. Being himself most learned in the spiritual science, the king took the opportunity and inquired from him as follows. Shree Yaduruvacha Kuto Buddhuriyam Brahman Akartu Suvisharada Yamasadya Bhavalokam Vidvam Charati Balavat. Shree Yadu said, O Brahmana, I see that you are not engaged in practicing any religious activity, and yet you have acquired a most expert understanding of all the things and people within this world. Kindly tell me, sir, how did you acquire this extraordinary intelligence, and why are you traveling freely throughout the world behaving as if you are a child? Prayo dharmartha kameshu vivitsayam cha manava hetunaiva samayhanta ayusho yashasha sriha. Generally, human beings work hard to cultivate religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and also knowledge of the soul. And their usual motive is to increase the duration of their lives, acquire fame, and enjoy material opulences. Yadu Maharaj is telling all this to Dattatreya, that normally people, they do all these religious things to acquire knowledge, become famous, to get opulences. But you don't seem to be doing any of these things. Yet you are very learned and you behave like a child. You are not attached to anything. You are so innocent. You are capable, learned, expert, handsome, and you are so eloquent. I don't see you engaged doing in anything, nor do you desire anything. Rather, you appear stupefied, lost somewhere, and maddened, as you are a ghostly creature. Although, he's telling Dattatreya Bhagwan, Yadu is telling, although all people within the material world are burning in the great forest fire of lust and greed, you remain free and are not burned by that fire. You are just like an elephant who takes shelter from a forest fire by standing within the water of Ganges river. How are you so peaceful when the whole world is burning by lust and greed? What is the secret? Tell me. O Brahman, O Avdut, O Bhagwan Dattatreya, we see that you are devoid of any contact with material enjoyment, and that you are traveling alone without any companion or family members. Therefore, because we are sincerely inquiring from you, please tell us the cause of the great ecstasy that you are feeling within yourself. Sri Bhagwan Uvacha, Lord Krishna told Uddhav, the intelligent King Yadu, always respectful to the Brahmanas, waited with bowed head as the Brahmana, pleased with the king's attitude, began to reply. Then Dattatreya Bhagwan will start replying about his stage where he is so unattached with anything, his childlike stage, his happy inner stage. He has 24 gurus. From every guru, he has learned something, in this world. Why it is so important? I just love this character. In this world, there is so much of make a guru, make a guru, make a guru. I remember in my Bhagavad Gita class a long time ago, one lady had come and she had, I don't know anybody's background, I never asked. So she just joined the class. So, and then one day the topic of Guru came and she asked me about Guru, and I started speaking about Dattatreya's 24 gurus. And after the class, she's like, oh my God, I had so many questions on the Guru. I had joined some famous gurus course, paid some money and then joined the course. And I asked the counselor there about Guru, and that counselor is saying, no, you don't have to listen to anybody else. You don't have to go here and there. You have to just follow our Guru, our organization. That is the only right thing. And she said, I was new to that place. I didn't have that faith. I had so many questions, but nobody's answering. The preacher is only telling me this. And I came out of that. I paid the money. I had so many questions. But after hearing Dattatreya's stories and the way you told it, now my doubt is gone. Oh, we had such great gurus in our books. Nobody knew about it. Thank you so much. That is why we have to open when you hear such things, in this world where it is like one guru, one organization, if you leave this guru, you will be doomed. People do all that thing. Here, the story is different. Bhagwan has said, if somebody is very intelligent, they will know. They can analyze themselves too. Dattatreya Bhagwan's gurus, all are different characters. The 5 elements, some animals, like he has learned from a elephant, from deer, from bumblebee, from ocean, from air, from sky, from python. His gurus are like this, 24 gurus, and from 24 gurus, 24 different qualities. That is what we are going to learn from his mouth, but in the next class, so next week. Okay, let me just see your comments and we'll end it up here because time is up. All right. So Vishnu Bhagwan is Krishna avatar? Yes, Anamika. Yes, Ma, I agree totally in bhavna. I want to know more about this mystery of Sri Krishna. Ma Pranam, Ma Lord Jagannath is Purna Parabrahma. Yes, Lord Jagannath is Purna Parabrahma. Smita Saki, thank you very much for this knowledge. Thank you for taking me under your wings. You're welcome. I agree with Namajia totally. Just with her satsang only, Ma has the ability to make me the deepest bhav of God, which wouldn't have been possible even after hours of personal sadhanas. Yes, satsang is important. Ado Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangu Tatha Bhajan Kriya. True, Ma. I also agree with Namajia. True, Ma, by learning from you that Guru Dattatreya 24 gurus lifted some weight off my shoulder. Thank you. Wonderful. All right, so we end the class now and we will see you next week in Tripura Rahasya and we will see you in Gita classes. Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Bol.
Now I want to ask you
Hari Bol, Ma. Thank you.
Now I want to ask
Hari
you
Bol.
one thing out of
Yes.
context.
Bolo?
Actually, seeing the devastating incident in Sikkim, I'm just thinking whether all these people, they have the same bad karma, these natural calamities where many people died. Is it their bad karma? Is it their past karma? What's this?
Yes, it is a general mass karma. It's a general mass karma that happened in natural calamities. And again, remember this, same thing what Krishna tells. That's why the science of the soul is very important. They died, but did they die? The body went away.
Yeah, that I understand, but all together, 1,000 people.
All together, it's a mass karma. It's a mass karma which the universe has decided to take all of these souls. Even in such calamities, some souls will be just saved by, little bit, they're saved. But some who has to go, they have to go. Because that's a mass karma that had to be wiped off in that particular incident. But again, as Bhagwan says, nobody dies. The body is gone into the 5 elements. The soul is gone somewhere else. And the soul will again be reborn as something else. So nobody has died. It appears to us in the picture, when we see in the picture, if you see a picture on some war, and then if you see, oh, everybody died, but nobody dies, right? Same way, this world, nobody is dying. But it's a mass karma. Got it? Yeah. Yeah, it is difficult to digest when we talk like this, but that is what the knowledge is all about. To balance, for me, as I told you, there is no such thing called death. Life is continuous. There is no such thing called death. We are just changing our bodies and coming. That is what the knowledge of Gita does. How many times we have died? What are we talking about? One calamity we are seeing and we are talking. How many calamities we have seen, we have died, we have come back again. And what calamities, or maybe, and not every calamity is a distress. Maybe that is a blessing in disguise for that particular soul who died. Sometimes somebody's life is so messed up and they are praying, God, give me death. I'm done. So in that case, if death happens in such a calamity, it is a blessing. So what God does, it's God's plan. It is God's world. We are all going to die. According to God, nobody has died. Their time was this. In this natural calamity, so many souls will be gathered together. They have to be liberated. Gone. Then they will come back again with another body, in another life, another time. The picture will continue. Got it? Nobody dies. All right. Anamika, Ma Subhadra, you're welcome. Just mute the mic. Ma, we say Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. We don't say Brahma, Krishna, Mahesh. Yeah, we say Brahma because Krishna is hiding there, because Brahma, again, he's a creator, and there is not one Brahma, there is so many Brahmas. Same way, when the world is created, you have to understand the science. And that to understand the science, you will have to get into Srimad Bhagavatam. When the world is created, the first being is Brahma. Then another expansion, is Vishnu, who has to maintain this world. And then another expansion is Rudra, who has to take care of the annihilation. So these are three roles in which Bhagwan is expanding himself. Got it? So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is the expansion of these roles. But he himself doesn't need to come. He just expands. Same way, Parambika doesn't have to come. She can be like that. In Radha, she can be anything, anywhere. But to do certain roles, they expand and they come. So they expand as Saraswati, they expand as Lakshmi, she'll expand as Rudani. When we read the Tripura Rahasya, how Ma is expanding, that will come in there. Okay. So every time a Shrishti is created, there'll be a Brahma, there'll be a Vishnu, and there'll be a Rudra. These three, the departments have been given. And they'll be created. And when the Srishti annihilation is done, Pralay happens, all these roles are gone back to the same Paramba, Parashakti. They're in the spiritual world. They can multiply in the spiritual world and live there. But here in the material worlds, Brahmand, when we say, it's a material world, all the way up till Brahmaloka. It has a life. That we understand in Srimad Bhagavatam. Trillions and trillions of years is the life of Brahma. It appears very shocking to us, but in the world where we are living, a butterfly's life is just 3 days. And a human's life, maximum 100, right? Expected. So butterfly will think, oh my God, 100 years. A dog's life, 15 years. And human's life, 100 years. A dog will think, 100 years. Similarly, a human's life, 100 years. Brahma's life, trillions of years. So like that. Sai is asking, one day, please explain how your Guru Papa Divya Chetnananji attained Samadhi. Yes, sure. Rajiv Kumar Gadvi, can you guide on Maa Tara? All this will come later. Right now, my only focus is on Sri Vidya. Once the Sri Vidya is done, we will start the whole Dashmavidya series, Kali, Thara, Bhuvaneshwari, everything I will give and go. But I go at my own pace, and I don't want to, I think already it is too much. I want you all to get prepared with Gita first. I want strong students. I do not want to just go on bombarding knowledge. If you understand one thing also properly, Gita and Sri Vidya, if your base is very strong, then you understand Kali from me, or you understand Bhuvaneshwari from me, you understand Tara from me. Everything will be very easy. If your base in Bhagavad Gita is very strong in Sri Vidya, anyways, I'm teaching you. So yeah, I will explain everything with the full knowledge, not just the mantra. I'm not a mantra giving guru. Oh, give me this mantra and done. No, I will not. You will have to sit with me, give me your time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Once you leave me, you'll be very well prepared. You'll be having a lot of things with you. Got it? How many times are we reborn and died? No, how to know? Can we become Brahma? When will we meet Mother Lalita? We have to become female character. How many times we are born, we cannot know. But some of the glimpses of your past life, you can know in Samadhi, in trance. Yeah, some of the glimpses you can see of your life. But how many times you were born, you have time immemorial. You have changed bodies. You are unborn. You're always there. But time immemorial, you have changed bodies. Can you become Brahma? Yes, you can become Brahma. By the power of your prarthana. You can. God can make you a Brahma and make you create one world. If that purification happens in you. Okay. When we will meet Mother Lalita, we have to become female character? No. Not really. You don't have to become a female character. Actually, everything is called female only because it is a concept, prakriti. Though you are a male Adarsh and I'm a female in this body, but we are not male-female. Because what is the ingredients of my body? What is it made up of? And ingredients of your body, what is it made up of? Shapes are different. But what are the ingredients? So according to Sankhya Yoga or Gita or the science of Gita, this body is made up of 5 elements. External body, what do you say, gross body? And what are the 5 elements? Earth, water, fire, space, and air. And in this body, prana is given, consciousness is given. That's it. And that consciousness divides into 3 more things: ahankar, ego, mind, and intellect. So this body is only made up of this much. So my body is made of the same ingredient as your body is made up of the same ingredient. So we can't say your shape is different, my shape is different. That's all. But we both are made of prakriti, the elements of prakriti, elements of material nature. It's like take real, for example, you take clay. Clay is earth. You make dough out of the clay, and then you make different shapes. You make one doll, you make one demon, you make horse, you make a snake. You made out of the clay so many 5 things, different shapes. But if I ask you, what are the main ingredients? Even though the snake, is the snake? No, it is clay. The horse that you made, is the horse? No, it is clay. It looks like horse, it looks like a snake, but it is clay. Clay, water, dried by air, and fire. And if there is a hole, space will, it is occupied by space. That's all. So if all these 5 ingredients was made by clay, this body is also made by clay only. These are the 5 elements. So you being a male or I being a female, in this body, it's just that the shape is different. But ingredient-wise, Sankhya-wise, knowledge-wise, we are the same. It's like you take salt. Salt has so many varieties. There is pink salt. There is Tata iodized salt. There is sea salt. There is Himalayan salt. There is rock salt. There is black salt. How many types of salt? And all the salt will have certain different properties. The taste will be different. But whatever the salt is, if you have learned basic chemistry, and if I ask you, what is the formula for salt? What is the name, nomenclature? What is the name for salt? You will say sodium chloride. Whether it is pink in color, whether it is black in color, whether it is white in color, whether it is iodized, non-iodized, sea salt, shape powder or shape rock, it has only one name, sodium chloride, formula NaCl, Na plus Cl minus. That's it. Got it? So Na plus Cl minus sodium chloride becomes common salt. Common salt has so many different shapes, different colors, different properties. That's it. Same way. I'm a woman, you are a man, but basic ingredients, Ashtadha Prakriti, 8 elements of Prakriti, and that is what makes me, that is what makes you. We may look different, we appear different, but we are all Prakriti. So when you said female character, no, it is not female character. Our Atma is Prakriti. There is no such thing. We are Prakriti, we are made up of Prakriti, and he is Bhagwan. She is Para Shakti and is Paramba. We can be given any body form the way they want to serve us. In higher stages, we realize we have no identity. We are completely, perfectly dependent on what they want us to be, and we want to serve them like that. So if they want to enjoy with us in a friendly manner, if they want us to become their Sakha, we are their Sakha. If they want us to become their Das, like Hanumanji, we are their Das. If they want to become a Sakhi, we are Sakhi. And come on, what about body? In this life, you are a male. Past life, what were you? Who knows? Maybe a female. Who knows? Maybe an animal. Who knows? In next life, are you guaranteed you will be a male? You are that Atma who has changed different bodies. You are that Atma. When you become liberated, when you become Mukta, you will go to the same place and you will be serving Lord in the mood in which they want to relish. There, in Mukta Avastha, there is no me. It is only him and her. Got it? That's how we become. So we don't have to become anything. We just have to serve them in the mood that we want to serve them, and they inspire us in certain moods. And that is a mood you will continue. Got it. All right. So I think we have given answer to everything. We'll end up the class now. Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Bol.